Yo, 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 this your boy B.I.G. A&T. You already know. Represent FTL. I got a special guest with me, Angel. Actually, his name is Trace, if you know him very well. This is a new podcast, so I'm starting off. Thought I started off with a close friend of mine, so we'll get to it. So introduce yourself, Angel.
What's going on? How y'all doing? My name is Angel, aka Trace. That's my artist name. And thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity, especially it being your first actual broadcast. Boy, your
Yeah,
aspect
man, I'm
came a long
trying.
way.
Yeah, I'm trying to venture out of the music. I'm trying to do different avenues. This COVID-19's got me thinking 20 different avenues. I want to do different things. So it's like I've been doing rap for so long, and out of all people, I've been doing it since I was a jit. So that's both of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying new things, trying to do new things. So I thought I'd start off with somebody that I can get in the zone with, and talk shit.
Yeah.
There's no rules either. You can cuss on my podcast. I don't give a damn. I ain't get monetized for this shit yet,
All
so it's
right.
all good. So yeah. So we're just gonna start off with the basics. You know, how do you remember like when we first got together and we first made music?
When we first made music, when we
It
first
was a
made
long time
music,
ago.
I remember though. I was fucked up. Don't get me wrong. I was drunk,
Yeah,
but I remember
yeah,
we had a mutual friend, Nick Cooper, and I
yeah.
believe he had a cell phone at the time. You had like a
Mhm.
sidekick or some shit. He hit you up, like, yo, come to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
studio. Like we knew of each other, you know what I mean? Like we hung out, because we had mutual friends and shit like that. But as far as like on
yeah,
the music tip, like we never actually linked up on that level. So I remember
yeah,
him like hitting you up or something like that, like, yo, come to Angel's house or whatever, whatnot. We both lived on Griffin Road at the time. And
yeah.
I had like a spot with we it was supposed to be like only like three features on it, but we ended up getting like damn near half the city at my house that night. So
It
we
was
threw
packed.
anybody who was there and who rapped, like, got thrown on that track. It was called Danny Boy Fresh. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So I remember you coming through and you laid your verse to that, and then I ended up laying my verse to it, and everybody else hopped on it, and then like there was a few people like who hopped on actual feature who like I just like clicked with. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
from there it was just more like, all right, I'm fucking with this nigga on that level, you know?
yeah,
And plus, like I used to follow FTL, like with you, Ricky, and the other homie, I forgot his name, but I used to follow y'all music on MySpace. So I was I
yeah.
was
MySpace.
I was a fan, but I was low key hating, because I was like, damn, these niggas are doing the same shit me and my boy Nino were doing. So I was just
Yeah,
like, yo, we gotta do it like them. Like we looked up to y'all, but in a low key way, you know?
yeah, yeah. It was. If from what I remember, yeah, because I remember Nick hit me up and I ran into him and he was telling me about the studio and stuff and it was like mind blowing to me that out of all people that I knew that could rap, that this this white boy came to me and was like, "Yo, I'll be making music at Angel's house," and da, da, da. I'm like, "Man, bitch, you can't rap." And then, sure enough, he ended up being the one of the like my favorite verses on that song, and that was like it was so long ago, but like it's crazy how we can remember it like it was yesterday. And I remember since then, after that, after everything that went down with, my sister passing and everything like that, we kind of slowed down on music.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, out of all the people that I do make music with or I have made music with, it's like you, I just the circle is small, so I'd put like you and my dog Birdo, basic.
Yeah.
I'd put him, I put both of y'all in a hierarchy because it's like you guys like stayed consistent and you kept doing it like no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like the world can end and like somehow we would like I know like both of y'all would like bootleg electricity to try to get a studio to be
Oh,
up so we can
definitely.
like record, you know. So it's like it was kind of vice versa, like you know, deep down inside, like it was like the commitment that both of you guys had, like not just you know you and Berto, but just like you in general, that you guys kept going, and then you kept you know making more and more and more music, and then eventually all of us got better, because I listened to a track the other day you have on your SoundCloud with another track with like 10 people on it, and motherfuckers was all over the place. And I mean, rest in peace, Alex. You know,
Yeah.
you know, it's just one of those songs, and it's like god damn, like what was I fucking thinking back then, dog? Like this shit I used to say, bro. It's like you know, because I remember when me and Ricky first started making music, and our first song we made was on a Rick Ross beat, and I was talking about shooting, selling bricks, and wearing all this jewelry. And do little do people know I had no bricks. Only bricks I had was my house. I had no jewelry. I had a G Shock, and I damn sure didn't have a gun at the time. You know, I threw hands, but I wasn't
It's
shooting
funny. I
nobody.
used to talk about the same shit too. Like I'll talk about a million things that I wasn't doing. Like at the time, meanwhile, I'm catching the city bus
Hmm.
everywhere. You know what I mean? Or riding bikes. You know what I
It's cause
mean?
it's easy, bro. That's why a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of people.
so
That's
easy.
why a lot of
You
people
know?
say like you know take, you know like take the people that are in the rap game that are real, and then you take the ones that people know that aren't real, or they get exposed. You know like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you was talking all this shit, bro, and then look how you be acting when some shit pop out, bro. Man, what the fuck, man? I don't want to listen to this motherfucking music no more. This man's crazy.
Nah, but
He
the
flogging
crazy
over
thing
here.
is though, like back then, like in that era, mind you, that was like 10, 15 years ago. Like I
Yeah,
know me and you personally, like, and a few of the people we rode with, like, we were actually about that life. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like we lived what we were saying, but to a certain extent. Like we wasn't killing nobody. We weren't, fucking millionaires, or we didn't have
yeah,
no jewelry, like all the luxury shit. Like we ain't have all that. We wanted to, it would have been great. But
yeah.
like speaking as far as like some gangster shit, like we was on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
we
used to meet up at the little movie theaters and bust heads out
We
there.
we 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 was the reason why they shut it down, man. They kept getting us in trouble, man. We go out there with our little
Yeah,
clique,
Sheridan
and
Plaza.
then yeah, we go out there with the little clique, and then you know we wouldn't even watch no movies. We tell our old folks like, hey, we going to the movies with the friends. They be like, okay, be home by 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning. We be like, okay, man, no problem. Then we out there fucking throwing hands 30 deep right there. And then we after we get done whooping some ass, or if we got our ass whooped, I ain't get my ass whooped, but I mean sometimes you know some people they do lose fights, but
Hey man, listen, man. I
I ain't
tell
gonna
you,
say it
like,
was me.
I ain't my losing streak is a lot lower than my winning streak. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have got my ass whooped a few times, don't get me wrong, but I whooped
but
more ass than I got my ass whooped, more than anything.
there's a difference between losing a one-on-one and then getting jumped, because I remember a lot of times we used to get jumped more than
That
we
was
had
the
to.
main thing. We
Man, that's
always
why
used to get jumped.
that's why we was rolling 30 deep. Was like, man, we sick and tired of this shit, man. Sick and tired of this shit. That's some good times, man. Some
And
old
mind you, a
times,
lot
you
of the
know.
people we used to beef with back then, they stayed in that area that we used to go hang out. You know what I mean? If
Yeah, they
not,
made it
they were like,
harder.
yeah, it made it way harder. If we wasn't
Yeah,
squatted or we got caught slipping, then it was a done data. You know what I mean? And that
yeah,
that goes for anywhere from the little movie theaters we used to hang out at, or when we used to like go to different parks. I'm not gonna throw no
yeah,
names out there, because we're on a different level of our lives now, but like just certain locations determined what the case was about. Like rather, if somebody came to our side and had problems with us, if they
mhm,
wasn't rolling deep, then 9 times out of 10 we took care of that. And same goes for them as well. Like if we was over there and we didn't come correct, we would have got dealt with. you know
yeah. It was real. It was real territorial. I mean, I remember like in school, we used to like, you know, we used to claim our sets. You know, from Davie, I'm from Dania Beach, I'm from Hollywood, I'm from this, I'm from that. You know, it was real territorial. So it's like once you knew where people were from and like they would show up, it's like these motherfuckers not supposed to be over here, bro. Like these motherfuckers was trying us,
We used to
you
call
know what
them
I'm saying? On
OBs.
yeah,
OBs.
they was trying us at sea lunch, dog. Like you know what I mean? Like we gotta go
And the
handle some
problem
things,
was
bro.
too, we went to school with half of these niggas. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like a
cause
lot of them,
everything
like the
is right
problem,
next to each other.
the problem wasn't in school, because in school, like everybody was like low key. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
we picked and pointed the certain ones who might have caused a little bit more static than the other ones. But when we were
Yeah,
out there, like it was like, you know how Superman, like he has that disguise, like he's Clark Kent, when it comes to the business and everything. But if some
yeah,
shit goes down, he takes off that suit and he turns into Superman. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it was in that
Hmm.
same category, as far as the whole beef situation that we had back then. But at
Yeah,
the end of the day, like it was all about some dumb shit. We were fighting
yeah,
over who was from what city, and it wasn't like really no real shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just more of who got bigger nut. You
yeah.
know?
It was definitely because we were young. You know, it's like how it's like how kids grow up now. But the kids today, I think, got a little bit harder because they want to grab guns and
Well,
you know
yeah.
do
Now
all this
it's a whole
gangster
new
shit.
era.
Yeah, no,
Like
ain't nobody really throwing no hands. You go on
no,
Facebook,
like
you go on
how we.
Instagram, you see.
But you gotta understand, dog. Like how we were raised. Like for us, it was more about, it don't matter if you win, it don't matter if you lose, but as long as you step in that street, you step in that paint, and you throw them hands, like you finna get your respect. You know,
Yeah,
like
you want
nowadays,
no you want no OB.
yeah, exactly. You finna get your respect, and
Yeah,
even if you lost, niggas is still gonna show you respect because you did that.
yeah,
Nowadays, it's more like, all right, well, if I don't kill you, you gonna kill me first. So
yeah.
you know, like it's
Gotta
it's a
handle
whole
that.
new gen. You know,
Yeah, it's crazy, but I like the progression of like life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you take a look back and you think it was hard when we were growing up. It's like, you know, where I'm at in life, it's like if I don't got no kids yet, but if I bring kids in the world, it's like, you know, they got a lot more to deal with. You feel me? Because it's like they be on some other shit now. Like the shit we did back then, we thought that was the shit. Like that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like 30 deep, going to the movie theaters, looking for fights. We ain't even watching movies. We making movies. People filming us, you know what I'm saying? Like we not we not out there
We
watching
make
movies,
the
yo. You know what I'm
movies.
saying? Oh, the Fast and Furious 6 just came out, man. Fuck Fast and Furious, bitch. I'm finna throw hands with these Davy niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we was out there like really trying to like do some shit, but like nowadays, man, it's like it's scary, bro, because like, you know, a lot of people they do dumb things, but I think like they just it's a lot. They have easier access to everything, so like they got a lot of peer pressure. I call it like a lot of peer pressure. Like they want to look cool for the ground, they want to cool for the Facebook. They trying to impress hoes. They trying to you know tell their homeboys like, yeah, bro, like I'm really that dude. You know what I'm saying? So like they gotta do some dumb shit, and
yeah.
then you hear it all the time, dog. You know, it's like
And to add to that, like it's in this shit was written in books, dog. Like from caveman days, like these niggas used to have to rub two rocks together to start a fire, right? Nowadays, we got Bix, then from Bix it went to torches, you know?
yeah,
And in the same sense of what I'm saying as far as that goes, is that like when we were growing up, it was more about fist fights. Then from fist fights it went to stabbings. And then from stabbings it went to shooting. You know what I mean? Like it just as the
escalated.
other
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. It escalated as the generations, you know, grew, you know?
yeah. But we're gonna touch on some other subjects because we could sit here and talk about memories for days. I mean,
Oh
there's
yeah,
probably a
definitely.
small percentage already know
We
what the
could
hell
have
we
a
talking
whole
about. Other,
broadcast of Throwback Thursday,
yeah,
fucking
every,
a whole bunch of shit that we did back then. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
a lot of people don't know that side. But back on, we're gonna touch back on you being an artist. What was the number one reason or the number one, I guess, factor that wanted you to make music. Uh, doesn't have to necessarily be rap because we both of us have grew out of the genre of just making like conscious rap. Like we can make a club song, we make a girl song, love song, conscious song, life song, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we've actually ventured out. So like, what made you really want to say like I want to be a rapper, I want to be an artist, I want to make this music?
Um, that's a good fucking question. You need to be motherfucking interviewing fucking superstars and asking them those type of questions. Nigga, I'm low
It's
key as
it.
fuck.
It, I,
I'm as underground as it gets.
we both on the ground, man. Doing this shit 15 plus years, and I'm still a nobody, bro.
Nah, but to answer your question, dog, it was more for me like the progression of it. Like when I first started recording, I was recording
Hmm.
on. My brother got me two turntables. He got me two 1200 techniques and a
Yeah,
microphone.
yeah.
So like we started off like freestyle battling and shit, like on some like old school shit, like and then
Hmm.
from then I got a 4-track recorder for one of my birthdays for my brother King. Shout out to King. Like that nigga was like my father figure growing up. But
Yeah,
I got a 4-track recorder, and on the 4-track you literally only had 4 tracks. You know what I mean? You had the beat on one track, you had all 3 verses on the second track. You had the ad libs on the third track, and the fourth track was basically like a double up of the
yeah.
verse. So if you
Hmm.
didn't spit that verse the first time, I mean, you didn't spit that double up like the first time, it wasn't gonna sound correctly. You had to pan one to the left and to the right. It was like mono to mono. It wasn't mono plus mono makes stereo. But
Yeah.
it was more of how how good can I actually sound. And when I say how good can I actually sound, like I mean as far as what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the quality of the music, but
Hmm.
actually what I'm saying. Like, can I sound like somebody who belongs on the radio, or somebody who belongs on your tapes in your Walkman?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to see my progression. You know what I mean? More than anything.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, like same thing with me. Like my story was basically like because I've always liked to rap. I never really woke up one day and was like, hey, I want to be a rapper. But it kind of hit me when my brother came. Well, he's not my brother, but people know him as my brother. When Ricky came to my crib, at the time I think he was just starting high school, I believe, because he was
That's
only
the homie
15.
too. Ricky's the homie. I went to Olsen with Ricky.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people
that's the
don't know
dog.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's the dog.
a lot of people don't know that. Like me and Ricky have like a way whole different like background. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Ricky remembers me when I used to try to be a pretty boy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I was from the city,
yeah.
but bitch, I used to try to rock motherfucking Converse, and I'm not talking about the Chucks. I'm talking about
Hmm.
the high tops.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the fucking high top wannabe motherfucking forces and shit. But yeah, shouts to him
But
though, man.
yeah, he walked home from school and he stopped by my house and he was like, "Hey man, I heard you got a studio and I want to record." I was like, "Well, I'm just starting out. It's not nothing like drastic, I don't know. First of all, I didn't know the fuck I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just putting shit together and just hoping it worked and watching fucking videos and just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And I had the most basic setup. And this is a story. This is a story. I hope it don't get me in trouble, but I mean, I really don't give a fuck. I was working at a store. I won't say the name because just in case somebody knows somebody. But I was working at a store, I thought it would be a great idea that, when you go to Best Buy, you see computers and they're all out on the floor and they're all on the show and they're like, hey, you could come type and play with it and shit like that, like just to test it out before you buy it.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a great idea to go. Yeah, I'm working at the store now, so I thought it would be a great idea to take a box from the back and bring it to the front, and before we close, and if nobody's looking, I'm gonna unplug this bitch and I'm gonna put it in the box and I'm gonna fucking tape it up and I'm going to act like somebody bought it. Because at the store, when people bought the stuff, you'd have to, if it's a big box or something like that, or furniture or something like that, like a
Hey,
big box.
you know you're gonna have to cut this part out, right?
I ain't cutting shit out, bro. This shit was like 20 years ago. They gonna come back. They gonna come for me for this little cheap ass $300 HP computer. Come get me, bro. I don't even care.
Hey, boy, $300 was worth a lot back then, boy.
It was, bro. Because listen, well, let me get to it. But at the end of the night, it was getting close to close. I was like, oh, somebody bought this computer and they needed it wheeled out to the car. So the boss was like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying, whatever, do your thing. So at the time I was pushing, I don't know if you remember the purple Mazda before I wrecked it. I had a old Mazda Protege. So I pushed it all the way to the back to where my car was. And I purposely premeditatedly parked my car farther than I usually park because I already had this idea in my fucking mind that I was gonna take a computer today and I was gonna start fucking rapping.
That goes back to the beginning of this podcast, to where I was saying like we was on that.
Yeah, we was doing dumb shit, bro, like dumb shit. So I took the whole computer, dog, wires, mouse, keyboard, the whole thing, bro. I took it, put it in the thing, and in the box, rolled it out to the car. I shoved that son of a bitch so fast in the back of the trunk. I was so glad it fit, because if it didn't fit, I probably would have been stuck. But it fit, so I stuck that bitch in there, brought it home. My mom's probably gonna kick my ass when she hears this. I just thought about that shit, bro. But so I brought it home, bro. I brought it home, hooked it up. I went to Radio Shack, got me a Radio Shack mic.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Rest in peace, dog. The real MVP, bro. I brought me a cheap ass $35 dynamic mic, and I got me a stand, everything,
Bro,
bro.
they used to be taxing, but they was real deal, nigga. They had
they came
everything
through.
you
They came
needed,
through.
and they closed at like 9 or 10. And mind you,
Yeah,
back then,
they
9 or
came
10
through.
was late for us.
And we had one right by the crib too, right where Jolly's used to be. Well,
Yeah,
used to
right,
be. She
right
about to
there,
move,
by
but
the
right there,
subway
yeah.
off 441 in Griffin.
So I had it all set up and word through the great. I don't know. I still don't know to this day how he got word of it. I didn't release any music. I just told people I was gonna try to rap. So he probably must have heard it from somebody. And yeah, he came to the crib, 15 years old, and was like, "Yo, I want to rap and whatever." I've been practicing and stuff like that. I'm like, "Okay, cool, dog."
Well,
You know what I'm
back
saying?
then,
So I
you
was
gotta
like,
keep in mind, back then, everybody wasn't rapping.
yeah, and it was slim
In our era,
few.
it was exactly, especially people from like this, not just the same city, but the homies. Like they weren't
Yeah.
that comfortable with rapping. Like, don't get me wrong, there has been a lot of people from our era who did rap, but
Yeah.
they weren't comfortable with being in the studio or being around people, because they back around to what we were saying in the beginning, like that friendly shit and that OB shit. Like, niggas wouldn't go to your studio if it was in Davie.
Yeah,
know
it
what I'm
wasn't.
saying? Or-
They're territorial,
Not-
man.
not very territorial. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like call it out like that. You know what I mean? Because I fucks with
I
Davie.
mean, it is what it is, bro. We grown now, bro. They ain't on that shit like that no more,
Yeah.
man. Half the people that I had beef with back then, if we threw hands, if I beat your ass or if you beat mine, you probably ain't beat mine. But I'm just saying that just because I love you. We probably cool as hell right now, because there's
That's
a lot
the
of
reason
people out
why-
there that
That's the
I done
reason why I
fought.
still have a lot of beef with people from back then, is because 9 times out of 10, if you didn't jump me and we got that one-on-one and I beat your ass, you still got a lot of pressure from that ass whooping.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the ass whooping is a stamp left in the back of your brain. Like, this nigga whooped me. We can never
yeah,
be
no, yeah.
cool.
It's something that I I mean, if for me, it's like if I fought you and we fought and it was for like a legitimate reason, like to where it got me pissed off to where I had to really whoop your ass. 9 out of 10 times I ain't fucking with you no more.
I want to
But it was
say
just
7 out of 10, it wasn't a legitimate reason.
yeah. But the older I got, it became more legitimate because I got smarter, obviously, thank God, because I wasn't on that shit like that. But about like in between like I'd say like 17 and like 25, I like started growing up, and then like
That,
it
that's
had to
a big.
be.
That's a big span.
Yeah, it is because I was still like because I'm very hot headed. Like a lot of people don't know. Like they see me, I'm laughing, I'm joking. I'm known as
Well,
like a
hey,
joker and
according
shit.
to statistics, the average man doesn't mature until the age of like 23. So
Yeah, see,
makes
I
sense.
guess
Makes
I
sense.
guess I was a late bloomer, but they it's known for me to be like I'm a joker and stuff like that. But I back in the day when I was young, I was very 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 ill tempered. Like I my mom tells me every time like when I was growing up, but she used to tell me I get it from my dad, and my dad's a piece of shit anyways. Not the dad you guys know that lives off 50th Street in Daniel by the Hard Rock, Big Daddy Dan. Not Dan. I'm talking about the real piece of shit that is out there I doing God knows what, but fuck that nigga. And but I obviously got it from my dad, and like it took like the slightest thing to like piss me the fuck off, and the first instinct was to throw a fucking bow or a fist through your shit, and then
Especially
like
around our time, that's when Luda dropped his little "use the
yeah,
whole" like
yeah,
that rap music. The Yin
yeah.
Yang
So
Twins used to drop that shit. Like we
Lil
had that
John, oh
motherfucker.
man, let me tell
Boy,
man, I we can
had
have a
that
whole
boy.
podcast. We can have a whole
Boy,
podcast on Lil John.
our
We used
our
to.
music, our from our era, nigga. Our music used to be that nigga. You go to the club, you finna fight. That's it. You going to the club
Bruh,
to fight. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know.
Like for real, for real. Like bitch,
But yeah,
one time you went to the club to hang out.
bitch. Let
Bitch,
me
you
have
ain't
six.
gonna. There's
Let
either
me have
two things.
it.
Two things. Bitch, you went to the club to pull some hoes. Jennifer, I love you. That's my dog's wife. If y'all don't know, we're good friends. That's my nigga. But we're speaking
Yeah,
about previous history. Nine times out of 10, if you went to the club, it was either to pull hoes or to knock some heads, because you knew you was gonna see some motherfucking niggas there who
yeah.
you you had that flame with, you had that smoke with.
Yeah, it was like that. It was especially like during that whole little like when the South took over too. Remember that shit when the South took over the fucking rap game? Like they made a lot of crunk shit,
Yeah.
and like they made a lot of like bust your head type shit. Like Lil John, Lil Scrappy, fucking
So
Crime
look,
Mob, 3 6 Mafia.
I
I
just
mean,
want to
all of
comment.
them.
I just want to make a little comment. This is a very deep comment. I've been thinking about this ever since you told me about the podcast. I was hoping you'll ask me this question, but this isn't a huge question that average people would bring up. But
Yeah,
as far as the South not like being out there like that, it's because of the DJs. Like, mind you, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. This little
yeah.
segment right here. I
Mhm.
went all the way to Homestead. Mind you, I live in Fort Lauderdale. I
Yeah,
drive all the way to Homestead every fucking day. If people
yeah.
don't know where Homestead is, it's an hour drive. It's close to the Keys. From Fort Lauderdale to Homestead and back, all I heard on Power 96, 99 Jams, 103.5 The Beat,
Mhm.
fucking 98.1, the underground fucking
Damn.
station. All I heard was artists from Texas, Atlanta, from fucking BFE, Carajo Land, fucking nigga, they played
BFV.
everybody except Miami artists. And I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but that I'm gonna touch on this too. Then we can move to the next topic. But the thing that it is that there's the Florida like from fucking Georgia down because I won't even say Georgia because a lot
Can't
of
say
people from
Georgia
Because a lot of
one,
people already
one nigga
came from the
on the
South.
top, 10 niggas come from there. It's like
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah,
turtle hatch. Like when you at the beach and a turtle lays his eggs, fucking bitch, they lay like 1,000 eggs, but only like 10, 15 gonna make it before they
yeah,
get
yeah,
eaten by them seagulls. But them motherfuckers gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
For us Floridians, bitch, if you a turtle when you lay those eggs, bitch, only 2 gonna make it to that motherfucking water before they get eaten. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
it's
Like,
hard. It's definitely hard because like I don't know if it's just Florida by itself or it's just the South in general because like you don't hear a lot of South rappers make it nowadays than it was 10, 15 years ago because you had like
well, it
when
depends, because
The
necessarily,
South literally took over for like 10 years, dog. Like
well,
there was
it's look,
everybody and their grandma,
there's 2 different Souths. You have
all the South, bro, all of it.
South as in South Florida or South Georgia.
But
Because
and in
Georgia is
Texas, you can
necessarily,
Texas and Tennessee, you can name dog. You can name
well,
in the I can name like 10 off the top of my head, bro. In the last 15 years, that's made it and actually made something in the rap game. Like it's crazy. And then and when people talk about Florida rappers and like Florida artists, you got like 5, like
we're
literally like
so
5.
underrated. It's not even funny though.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the thing. Like you can say, "Oh, where you from? Where you rap? Where you from?" You say Florida. Like if you ask people, like, well, you know, what music is hot down there? What are you gonna say? Rick Ross, Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy don't even make music no more, but everybody says Trick Daddy.
If you ain't from the city, then you ain't gonna know. You know what I mean? Like,
No, because I know there's artists because
nah, of
obviously
course, but like,
we live in that shit every day. But it's like people that like blew up and like are making a living off this shit and like living and actually like sold records. You feel me? It's
yeah.
very few, dog. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's just Florida. I don't know if there's something in the water, nigga. Like
I know.
I don't.
I can tell you from life experiences, dog. Like, you get more love outside your city than you do from inside your city. You know,
Yeah,
it's the people
yeah.
looking from the outside that are gonna show more love and more appreciation than the people who are looking from the inside. And you got to
Oh,
think about it like this too, because the people who are looking from the inside already know what Florida niggas are about and what they
yeah,
do, and that they're
yeah.
at competition with each other, rather than Atlanta, to where they bring everybody up. You know what I mean? Like Young Thug, I seen this interview the other day. Young Thug moved Lil Baby out the hood
Hmm.
because he heard like 1 or 2 mixtapes. Like, bruh, like you got potential. Like, I'm
Yeah,
fucking with you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Mind you, I said Lil Baby. I'm not talking about Dub Baby because a lot of people get it confused nowadays, especially if you don't know your music. You
Too
know,
many babies.
I'm just keeping it
too,
plural for the
too many
podcast.
babies.
But
Yeah,
you know, like, if you don't know, then you don't know. But when you know, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. It
But
be like that, man. Like I don't know, man. I just like I got to the point now where I'm just like I'm vibing, doing my thing. If God willing, somebody comes and says, "Look, y'all I signed you to a record deal. Here's a couple of 100,000s, turn it into a couple millions, bitch. I'm good. I'm good with 2 albums. I'm finna move everybody in the moment out the hood. I'm finna just go chill somewhere, bro. Like I
man,
don't
for
gotta
real,
be.
like for me, it's more like the
I don't. I
passion,
mean, I'm
dog.
just here to make some money, dog. Like you know what I mean? Like
I
the
have,
passion is there because I do it, but nigga, I need that money, dog. Fuck that shit.
hey, I'm not even gonna
I
lie
ain't
to
get
you,
my
bro. I totally agree, bro.
I ain't get my
I ain't been
stimulus check yet.
10 years for a stimulus check, bitch. I'm trying to collect them royalties, bitch.
Yeah, I'm
And they
trying to
hit
do
in
it
June.
all, bro.
And they hit in
Yeah,
June. I don't know if you
yeah,
noticed
man.
my little Instagram post. I say y'all niggas over here tripping about these motherfucking these stimulus checks. Who the fuck's talking about their royalty checks? Bitch,
Yeah.
if your stimulus check is more than your royalty check, you might as well just not even do it for the passion, bro. Just do it for the passion.
Yeah, bro. All right, since we talking about music again, because I know music was gonna be a heavy topic between me and you
Oh yeah,
because
of
that's
course.
all we
It
fucking know.
always is.
All right, right now we're gonna keep it short and we're gonna keep it sweet. All time,
I don't
all
like how you
time,
call that.
all time, top five right now. Greatest rappers in your opinion, top five. No particular
Dead,
order.
dead or alive?
Dead or alive, all time, bro. All time. We going all time, baby. We going all the way.
All
Touchdown.
time. Mm.
80 yards, baby. Yeah. Give me my 7 points. No PAT.
All right, I'm finna tell you who, and I'm finna tell you why.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna say number one for me, Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
reason is because of his diversity, of how
Mm-hmm.
he could rap, or he could speak
Yeah.
some poetry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that out for me, that's my number one. You know, and plus, like from the era we come from, that nigga was a G. You
Yeah.
know, he left this world, rest in peace, as a G. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but and then I don't know if you finna agree with this one or not, but
Here it comes. There it comes.
Andre, 3K.
3,000?
Let's say 3K.
Wow, that's kind of shocking. That's kind of shocking.
Mind you,
Andre, wait. Andre 3000 with Big Boy or Andre 3000 solo?
Ooh,
He doesn't have much solo shit, but he does have freestyles. He does have features.
out.
But
If I say Outcast, then that kind of deflects from 1 through 5 because that's adding 2, so that's actually
yeah,
1 through 6. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say
yeah,
Andre
kind of.
3000 himself. You know,
Yeah.
because the reason why I say Andre is because you never know what you're gonna get from Andre.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could get some hard shit. You could get
Yeah.
some soft shit. You could get. It's like going to the dope man, asking him for some weed, and that man's gonna tell you, well, what you want? You want regs? You want mids? You want crip? You want kush? Like what you want? You know what I'm saying?
Got a whole selection
Whole
for your
selection.
ass.
You know what I mean? So that's why I use Andre as one of my. He's number 2 in my top. You know what I mean? Number 2
I
in my
got you.
top.
I agree with that. That's cool. It's surprising, but it's cool. That's definitely surprising, but that's cool. Number 3, what's up? Yeah, think about it. I roast your ass.
I'm gonna say Nas. Nas.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting
Nas.
somewhere.
The reason why I say Nas is because not only he was versatile, but at the same time, like he was he put things in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
when Nas spit some shit, you felt like you was there. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like you
Hmm.
felt you was actually like living what the fuck this man's talking about. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I'm not
Yeah.
even, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big New York fan or from up north fan at all. Mind you, I'm from down south, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Nas is definitely like
Top 5
yeah, top 5.
easily. Number 4.
I'm gonna have to say Cole.
Ooh.
Cole. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm gonna have to say
No,
Cole.
no. We talking now. We talking now.
I don't mean as far as lyricism
Yeah.
or as far as delivery, but I mean
Mhm.
more as like well-rounded of what he's
Yeah.
talking about and the certain things he talks about that a lot of people are scared or a little weary to touch those subjects. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he will, and he will make that shit sound cool.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Cole would definitely be up there.
Okay. And who you got to finish it?
Anybody who knows me and who knows what I stand for is gonna highly disagree. But I'm gonna
Oh
explain
shit.
myself. Drake, Drake,
Now we
Drake.
talking, bro. Now we talking, bro. You sound just like me now.
Nah, the reason why I say Drake, mind you, he may not write his own lyrics on certain
Man,
things.
don't try my dog, bro.
That nigga had motherfucking what was it, 111 writers for views.
That's
I'm not,
okay.
I'm not, I'm not knocking him. Not
Mhm.
knocking him. Granted, not knocking him. But the reason why I say him is because he could hop on anything and that shit would sound glass. You get what I'm
Straight.
saying?
Man,
He
that motherfucker.
could get lyrical. He could sing.
Mhm.
He could motherfucking do some Pondy River type shit. Like that
Yeah.
nigga would sound good. You know
On
what I mean? And
everything.
it's not like for me. Let me explain to you real quick. After I just named my top 5, for me, it's not just about lyricism. You know, because if you want to get technical, if it's about lyricism, we could talk about Eminem. We could talk about fucking Joyner Lucas or even Tory
Nah, we're not
Lanez.
talking
Like,
about that shit, bro.
but we're not on that. We're talking about the top 5 of, you know,
Yeah.
like
It's,
this is my
there's
keep
yeah,
in mind this is my
there's unlimited reasons, you know, there's
exactly,
unlimited reasons.
you
Yeah.
know, but I'm talking about well-rounded artists. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And he's been killing it for so long.
Bro, all I know is
You know he's
DJ.
creeping up on like 15 years in the game, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy.
All I know is DJ Khaled was saying Nas album dropped, and I ain't hear that nigga album drop. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But that nigga
So,
made that shit sound good. He hopped on one song talking about how his album gonna drop,
yeah.
and bitch, I'm still looking forward to that album dropping. I heard Lost Tapes too. Shout out to Nas. Hopefully this motherfucking podcast gets that far. But
Never
does
know.
it? I fucks with you. You my idol, bro. That's it.
Yeah. That's the most surprising was Andre, because as much shit as we talk about music, I haven't heard you talk about Andre. But that's a surprising pick for me. That's a Tom Brady pick right there. But that's solid though, because you got about half of my top 5.
Well, you
And a
gotta
lot of people.
understand, like the type of music that Andre is, he picks and chooses his features. I don't know if you heard. This was probably back in like 2018 or 17. He hopped
Mhm.
on one of Rick Ross's tracks. It was called 16.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the his delivery. When I'm talking about artists, I'm talking about delivery, what you're talking about. I'm talking about how you sound. Like I'm talking about
Yeah.
everything well rounded. I'm not just talking about if you're, like I said again, like if you're a lyricist or if you got a good flow or how many
Mhm.
records you selling. Like I'm just talking well rounded. You know, like
Yeah.
you haven't heard this man been hiding underneath a motherfucking rock. And this nigga dropped a verse on, I don't know if it was his album or a single, but
Mhm.
he dropped a verse and that shit was still relevant to where you could hear it from 10 years from now and you'll be like, damn, that nigga did his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's definitely up there. Like as far as like being, I like being his own individual. You know what I'm saying? He's not really trying to follow nobody. He's not really trying to be like, he doesn't have to like bend and like, you know, be a certain type of way to fit in. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it works. You know, because it's like this motherfucker saying some shit and he can spit and he's very technical. He's a technical rapper. I put him in the technical group. You know, like he's really technical about what he says on shit. Because when I heard International Players Anthem for the first time, and he got that first verse. Well, how'd it go? I type a text to a chick I used to see. Man, that whole verse. I before damn, who else was on that shit? what's that dude name I think it was
MGK
UGK, isn't it?
or
Yeah,
UGK. I'm sorry, MGK. Rest in
yeah.
peace. But yeah,
But yeah, like that verse, that's what sold me. I mean, I've always loved Outkast as a whole. Period. You know what I'm saying?
okay, I'm taking
I
it
just what?
here.
Nah, man.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
but
Outside of my fucking music right now, just chilling.
but yeah, that's a solid top five. I like that top five. My top
It's different.
five. You named about half of my shit, so I mean, shit. I mean, if I had to go top five all time, no order. I'm gonna do kind of an order, but not really an order. If that makes any sense. Number one, the man that got me into rap. You already named him. That would be Nas, Mr. Nasir Jones. Um,
Yeah.
when I heard the song
You ever
called
seen
Rewind,
that Netflix movie Roxanne, Roxanne?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that shit was dope. Like
Yeah,
it showed him being like, it showed how he built. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And that was just, I don't know if you read the books or whatever. Like this nigga wrote books. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
He's very intellectual. Like he knows his shit, dog. You know, he knows his shit,
I just
and he's
know from
very
one thing for me, like personally, like I know I've never been disappointed hearing a Nas verse.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very hard. It's very hard. Even like when they say what was that album? Um shit. I can't remember the damn name of the album. He had one album that nobody likes. I'm about to fucking Google that shit because I don't even know. I can't remember. It was damn,
Name a
what the
song.
fuck I can't even remember this. I think the song Halftime was on it. I wish I could call up my cousin right now, but a nigga phone off. um but it was an album, and a lot of people didn't like it, and I'm trying to find it. I believe it was Nostradamus.
Nostradamus?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was this one. That's the one. That's Nostradamus is the one with girl, say what's your price, just to back it up, you can hold my eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they said that one was a bad album. Like compared to his other work, it was like kind of like a letdown. You know, like I
Well,
believe
probably
every I bel
because it was more commercial more than
yes,
anything.
yes, yes, and
You know?
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like he tried to do that where like artists will bend and they'll try to like shape shift themselves into like what's popular like right now, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like for me the album is okay. It's not one of his best works, but I believe sincerely as an artist and like how I look at music, like every artist is entitled to like one kind of like, I wouldn't necessarily call it bad, it's just an album that you're not used to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I really listening to? But I fuck with this man. Like, I'm kind of like torn in between two. Like, I don't want to say I hate it, but I don't want to say that I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's like because they're doing something different to make you feel that way. And a lot of artists go through that, and I think it's not like a bad thing. It's just them testing the waters because like a lot of them will do different things to try to catch a different audience. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying to catch up with the times. You know,
It
you're trying to
works
do
or it
different
doesn't work.
things.
It works or it
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I think I believe that was the one. Like when we talk about Nas, because me and my cousin talk about him all the fucking time,
yeah.
and but like that would be my number one, even in or out of order. It would be Nas, because when I heard this song called Rewind, and this motherfucker sat there and he spit a song from the end at the beginning and the beginning at the end, it blew my fucking mind. And I haven't heard anybody do something like that. How do you start a song at the end and then the end is the beginning? Like
The
it's
only
fucking mind
person,
blowing.
the only person, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you're a big fan, But as far as like these days, who I heard do some shit like that was Joyner Lucas. And mind you, I was watching, it was actually last night. I was chilling with my old
Yeah.
lady last night,
Yeah.
right? And he made a song called Will. Like it was basically like a dedication to Will Smith. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it was dope. Don't get me wrong, the song was dope, but I was like looking more into it because you know me, like I'm a fucking troubleshooter. You know what I mean? If I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
like how you came about that, I'm gonna wonder why or wonder how, you know? But I was watching
Yeah.
a couple of interviews and this is what made me like have the respect for him. Joyner Lucas shoots his videos before he writes his songs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
There
I'm
was
saying?
there's
So like
you
that
said
that
you
makes
said
me
you found
love
that out
him.
in an interview.
Yeah.
I think I seen that interview before too.
Like I was so dumbfounded. I was like, "Wow, like,
Yeah.
is this nigga serious?"
Because what's funny? It's like almost like I don't want to call it reverse psychology, but you're like you're like showing yourself what you can make out of the song before it even becomes a song. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like you're watching a movie before you know imagine watching a movie, but you turn the sound off. Shout out to Mac Miller. But you're watching a movie and there's no sound.
That
You
nigga
can
was the
actually
truth. Mac Miller was the truth as well.
he's in my top 5. We'll get back to that. But if you watch a movie with no sounds, it's got action, it's got sex, it's got drugs, it's got all types of shit, but you can't hear anything of what's going on. Now, if you turn the sound on, obviously you'll end up learning what the movie is about. But if you had the movie off and you wrote down what you thought the movie was about, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be totally different than what the original script was. But guess what?
Yeah.
You made that out of what you saw. So what I think he's actually doing is he's giving himself the view of what he can make before he even makes it, which is mind-boggling in its own because he can just shoot a video, just doing dumb shit, like if he just makes a video of him in the house in the dark, and he's screaming and he's moving and he's really violent and shit like that, he can make a song. He can take that and make a song about a whole type of shit. He can depression. He could be angry at somebody, somebody that did him wrong or something like that. But you open up a lot of avenues of to which route you want to take to make the song before the song even becomes a song, just off visuals. You know what I'm saying? It's like he can see what he's about to make and he can make something out of something that he already had.
That he
You know what I'm
just
saying? Yeah, that's
That's
kind of crazy. It's
but
kind of crazy.
that's dope because if you think about it, I don't know anybody who actually came about it that route.
Yeah, you don't hear about it that much. Like it's also like when they talk about the Biggie thing. I wasn't there. But they say Biggie freestyled all his songs. He got all his shit in his head. He
I
don't write
believe it.
nothing.
I believe it.
I'm
But
not
you know,
saying
as
that I
far as
don't. I'm just saying I wasn't there. But that's mind boggling too. You know what I'm saying? It's like how can somebody be this good and just come in here and not write anything down and remember all that shit, or he
well,
just
look,
comes up on the fly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm,
Like
I'm
it's
gonna
like
tell you my opinion. Like back then, like me coming up, when I was just about artistry and lyrics and songwriting, like for me, I never believed it. But when I transformed into also like producing and engineering, like how Wayne used to niggas used to think that Wayne just freestyled a whole beat,
yeah.
and just went in like line for line. But after
Mhm.
engineering and knowing like and being in the studio and knowing how to work Pro Tools or whatever program you're using, like you punch
Yeah.
in 4 bars, you play the beat, then think of another 4 bars, then punch ins, like doing punch ins, you know what I mean? Like really changed my whole outlook on that perspective.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Is
being
it?
an engineer and recording other people, now I know it's possible. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you could stick on subject speaking about the same shit that the horse, my bad, the chorus is talking about,
yeah,
you know, and stay on concept and fucking and keep it flowing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I didn't notice that until I started recording other people. Like, you know, for us, it was just more about, okay, we got the 16, we need to get in the studio and drop this whole 16 flat out 16 bars. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But then when we
yeah,
grew and we elevated, like it was like, okay, well now we can do punch-ins. Like I record niggas, bro, that they spit 16s and we do these punch-ins. Once they go to perform these songs, there is no way you could perform this whole song without catching one breath.
yeah.
You get
There
what I'm
ain't no way. Yeah, that's why that same thing here when I record. I be trying to do like if somebody comes and wants to record a whole verse, cause I got people that do that. They record a whole verse. I'm like, bruh, you might sound like you falling off on a couple of these words. You want to go back, you know, and then just punch in, like you know what I'm saying. Like you'll sound a lot better. You know what I'm saying, like more fluent. And a lot of people be trying to just one take Drake that shit and be like Jay-Z and just be like in and out, like I'm done. You know what I'm saying, like it's sometimes it's impossible because you got to worry about what you're saying, what kind of word you're saying, how many syllables, how many breaths you take in, because then you be sounding like every time on the fucking
Let
mic,
me
dog. Like
clear
you
my
in,
throat.
yeah, like you in here making music or you fucking my mic. Like what's wrong with you, dog? Like what's going on, bro? You breathing like you got sinuses and shit, nigga. We inside the house. You know what I'm saying? Like goddamn.
Bitch, I just cleaned
But
my motherfucking AC vent 2 days ago, nigga. There is no way.
yeah, but all right, let's we're gonna change up the subject from music. We'll
Yeah,
go back to that before we end it,
yeah.
but we're gonna talk about some other shit. What what makes you keep doing it? Like why haven't you stopped? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like why haven't you gave up? Sold the studio, said fuck it, I'm done.
Honestly, um,
Yeah.
I
Shit
feel
make
like
you
this is
think, right?
a personal question
It is because I trust me,
because
man, I've been there
upon
before.
my answer is gonna be upon your outlook. Honestly,
Hmm.
for me, it was seeing the people who I grew up with or grew up with. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
um, not giving up
Yeah.
more than anything.
Makes
Because
sense. Makes sense.
at the same time, you gotta understand. Like, think about it. If growing up in our era, if Wayne would have gave up at Carter 3,
You'd have been the best rapper of all time.
granted,
Let me stop. But no, real shit
no,
though.
but granted, on some real ass shit. Like if Wayne would have gave up at the Carter 3,
Mhm.
we would have never wanted to see his progression on the Carter 4. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Or if fucking I'm gonna drift it off from music a little bit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna be vice versa. I'm not just gonna talk about music. I'm gonna keep it open so everybody could understand exactly where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Hmm.
Morgan Freeman. Hold on one second. I gotta make sure I'm 100% about what I'm speaking.
Gotta get the facts.
Yeah.
Factual check.
Nah, but Morgan Freeman,
Hmm.
that motherfucker didn't become famous until he was at the age of 32. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? He
Hmm.
played a lot of backgrounds. He did a lot of backgrounds, but he
Yeah.
wasn't a lead character until he was the age of 32. Robert Downey Jr. caught a cocaine charge at the age of 21. Didn't make his main role until he was the age of motherfucking 27.
Yeah.
Fucking 2 Chainz didn't become 2 Chainz. He used to be Titty Boy, but 2 Chainz didn't become 2 Chainz until motherfucking 2000 and like what 12, 13.
He was in his late 30s, like super late 30s, like 39 or some shit.
You know what I'm
He was
saying?
up
Like
there.
that's what gives me my motivation. Or
Yeah.
not my motivation. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. But that's what gives me my hope. You know?
Yeah.
Just because let me tell you something. I heard, mind you, I was in that AA shit and NA shit for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And one thing I did learn about that shit was everybody's on different timing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could have somebody who is 56 years old, 57 years old, might be more successful in life than somebody who's at 19 years old or 18 years old. But it took them that the ups and downs, that roller coaster ride of life, in order to reach that age, in order for them to become successful. They had to go through those ups and downs. They had to go through the trials and tribulations in order for them to reach that success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So who am I to say, you know what, once I reach the age of, mind you, I just turned 30. Once I reach the age of 31 or 32, if this music shit don't work, then I'm not gonna do it no more. Why would I give up on potentially becoming into something better? You know?
Yeah.
Like, look, this might
There's no time limit.
This might be besides the fact, but when I was in Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous, every time you left the meeting early, before the meeting ended, they said, do not leave before the miracle happens. You know what I'm saying? And that stuck strong to me, because who knows when it's gonna happen? But if you keep striving for it and you keep trying to achieve that, it's gonna happen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense. That is kind of deep,
like,
yeah.
To answer your question, like that's why I always continue. You know, because I don't know if it's gonna happen today, tomorrow, next month, next year, next fucking decade. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
But it's gonna. Yeah. Makes sense. We're gonna go back to the music before we start wrapping this shit up. Then I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions. So when I tell you the question, you just gotta answer first thing come to mind. But before we go there, who is your favorite current rapper right now? Hands down. You listen to all the time. Current rapper, like new age shit, like within the last. You lie.
Yeah.
Roddy for real? Really?
Roddy Ricch.
I'm gonna fuck your head up.
Different.
I'm gonna fuck your head up, and I'm gonna go against the grain. You know who my favorite new era rapper is?
Who's that?
NBA Youngboy. Fuck with me.
I fuck with him.
He just been getting a lot of shit lately, though. But
Florida,
that's my dog.
being from Florida, I'm finna have to go with Kodak. No,
man, where Nino at, dog? We need Nino in here so he can ride that dick a little bit.
No, I'm just saying because I represent the whole team.
I represent home team. I represent home team too.
South Floridians, black.
Yeah.
They
I hear you.
The home team, you know.
I hear you. See, to me, I respect Kodak. I respect Kodak's drive.
Bro, I see the meme. I see the meme of NBA Youngboy at the age of like 15 and motherfucking Kodak Black at the age of 15. Kodak Black was holding a pistol down in Pompano, living that life. Kodak Black was motherfucking NBA Youngboy was sitting inside of, like, I don't know if it was a house or a school, but he wasn't about that life.
I know what meme you're talking about, bro. I know what meme you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
But listen though, I mean, I respect Kodak for his drive, but like he just sounds too repetitive for me, man. I can't get over the fact that he sounds the same like on every track.
Look,
And the
man, that's
only
what
time,
hopped out,
the
and
only
he hopped on the track with Gucci Man and motherfucking Bruno Mars.
but listen,
Yeah,
that's what I was
push
about to.
shit up.
That's okay. That's what I was about to get at though. I respect his grind and what he does, but he sounds too repetitive for me. But when you put him on a track with other people, I actually like him more. Go figure. You know, I think it's the other people bringing him out because he definitely has a unique sound.
You ever
You know,
heard
his
that
voice
song "When Doves Cry"?
by Prince.
Nah, by Kodak.
Nah,
Hold on, let me make
nah.
sure that's the name of the song. Hold on, let me
I,
Google it
I,
real quick. Hold on.
no, I listen to Kodak, but I don't listen to him like that, bro. Dude, I'm updated. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to catch up on the new Drake right now.
Cool. It's called. I'm sorry. It's called Vultures. I'm sorry. It's called
Nah,
Vultures.
but
He
I
said,
said
"Fuck
those
the doves."
when those
He said, "Fuck the doves, nigga. We going to vultures."
when those cried, that was Prince, bro. I thought you was gonna get real deep with the old school on me, bro. I was
Nah,
about to
man.
say,
He
yo,
said, "When vultures cry."
oh damn, okay, so he
That's the name of the
remixed it.
song. That's the name of the song. When vultures cry. And if you think twice that he ain't get that motherfucking idea from Prince, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Of course he did, but that's we're gonna touch on this real quick. Music is something that's always gonna be shared. Everything is sampled, everything is bitten, everything is reworded, everything is fucking recycled. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on who it's coming from.
Well, yeah, to an extent, but there's so many beats and so many melodies and so many songs that
Yeah.
all sound alike.
Honestly,
You know what I'm saying?
that's why I don't listen to the radio. Because right now, if you turn on the radio, if you turn on 103.5 the beat, or you turn on 99 Jams or Power 96, you're gonna hear 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hear either Tory Lanez, you're gonna hear I can't sit here and name a bunch of different artists because I don't know them off top like
Just
that.
all the
But
industry shit right now. It's all
but
industry
it's
filler
remixed
bull crap.
from some shit back in 2002, 2003. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, I didn't mean to cut you off. Speaking of that, I heard a song that Wale is featured on. I don't know who sings the song, but they sampled a
You
beat
talk
from like
about, I know
the
exactly
Fugees or
what
some
you talk
shit,
about. That, yeah,
or
yeah.
some
That
shit.
ready or
Yeah,
not,
I thought,
here I come. You can't hide.
man,
Nigga,
I
Meek
thought it was.
Mill remixed that shit on
I was
Dream
like,
Chasers.
bruh,
He
yeah.
remixed that bitch on Dream Chasers,
Oh,
but
listen,
Wale remixed that bitch on some like I don't remember exactly off the top what type of music that is right now, but I think it's like that reggae shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
If I could ask Cal would tell you right now. I got Cal, literally, I'm sitting outside, doing this interview. Cal's inside right now in the stool, dropping some
yeah,
shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Shout out to Cal, cause Cal needs to hit us and needs to make my video for Nemesis. I don't give a fuck about COVID-19, bitch. I need the videos. He'll be texting me back. He don't answer my emails
And
when
Cal,
I
one
see
thing
that.
about Cal, let me tell you about Cal, aka Duze,
A,
aka
bit, a
Lil
busy
Mike Tyson.
man, busy man.
Look, that nigga right there, that nigga
No,
make time for any time of the day for music. But if
oh
you
yeah,
text him or email him, he'll never check his emails. I had this nigga go to the liquor store for me. Look, right now as we speak, I swear to God, I put it on my mama's grave, dog. My old lady out here laughing, dog.
yeah,
Dog, I sent this nigga to the liquor store for me. Before this interview, I was on my way home from Homestead. Remember I told
yeah,
you I'm coming all the way from Homestead. I was working.
yeah.
Dog, this nigga called me like, bro, what should I grab you? And I mind you, like, I don't want my boss to know, like, I'm doing my thing tonight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, so I text him like, bro, grab me a little $35 bottle of Hennessy. This nigga
Yeah.
forgot his ID,
Oh Lord,
came back to my house, and went back to the liquor store. And mind you, like, This nigga lost my motherfucking debit card the first time. He lost my Chase card the first time I sent him to the liquor
Jesus
store.
Christ.
He lost my
Goddamn Cal.
motherfucking dog. That's my nigga. I love this nigga to death, dog. I
He
swear to
cool
God.
as hell, dog.
Like,
He cool as hell.
the type of shit this nigga do, dog, is like some shit that's unscripted. Like if we had a video camera and you recorded what the fuck, and you know what the fucked up part about it is? He's a fucking cameraman too.
He the cameraman.
Man, he's a fucking
Hey, that's like,
cameraman
hey,
too. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
like Cal. Hey, we gonna go do the video for the Nemesis mixtape. All right, I'm gonna meet you over here at the set at 5 o'clock.
That
Alright,
nigga was so clumsy.
That nigga will show up. You ready, dog? Yeah, I'm ready.
He'll be there.
No, he'll be there. He gonna ask me. He gonna ask me, you ready? I'm be like, yeah, I'm ready, Cal. He gonna pop the trunk and say, damn, I forgot all the equipment. What? Cal, where the equipment at? It's at the
Nigga,
crib.
hey, look, you
Fam,
hear
I
funny
told you this
shit?
at 10 in the morning.
Look, I'm finna just throw it out there because we're on the podcast right now. Look, when you told me about the podcast earlier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a visual podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's my dog's first podcast.
Nah, I'm working
We're
on
gonna
that.
do
It's
it
coming.
visually. You know, so check this out though. So I called Cal like, bro, I need you to bring the lighting. You know, I need you to slide through. Cal was all for it. You know, he bought.
Yeah.
I think I was finna have a whole backdrop.
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
I was like, dog, I got this shit in my trunk. Like he's all the way there, 100.
yeah.
Man, I sent this nigga to the motherfucking liquor store to get me a bottle of Hennessy. This nigga forgot his ID. He forgot his
Cal-
ID. dog. I'm like,
Cal
how the
tripping.
fuck? I'm like, how
Cal,
the fuck
Cal,
you
if you get this deep in the podcast, I don't know if you're gonna sit through. We're already at an hour and almost 15 minutes. If you
Man, I
sit
guarantee
through here to the
Cal
end,
listen to every piece, dog.
if
That's
you
what
sit
it's
here to
about.
the end and you hear this, listen, we gonna get you one of them badges that expand like the security guards use, so you keep your ID on your hip at all times. And then when I text you, at least text me back at least 3 days after I text you, bro. 3 days. Give me 3 days. If it's anything
That's what
after
I'm
a
saying.
week,
You can't text this nigga. Bro, this nigga
if you
hit
got me
up.
waiting a week,
mind
we
you,
ain't friends no more. We ain't
Bruh.
friends no more.
I'm in my boss's truck. Mind you, I don't want them to know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm about to go home
Yeah, and
and get
chill.
turned up. You feel me?
Yeah.
And motherfucking get lit and fucking, you know,
Do
do
your
a
thing.
podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what I do from my music is different from what I do from my job, you know? Especially
Yeah.
the type of job I do. Like, I try to help people and, you know? But
Yeah.
long story short, this nigga called me like, bro, what you want again? I'm like, bro, I'm finna text you. So I text him, I was like, bro, let me get a $35 bottle of Hennessy. You know, I already sent the money or whatever, whatnot. And then he went to the liquor store,
Mhm.
he put the bottle on the shelf, like, this is what we want, this is what we getting, and then forgot his ID. Like, God
Tripping.
damn it, Cal.
Cal tripping.
God damn it, that's like going to say I'm finna go shoot a music video for somebody. Cause mind you, Cal, one thing about Cal, and you know this personally, like this man, he does everything. You know what I mean? I could leave my house right now, be like, cuz I got a session at 12, come in at 12, record the session for me. I'm finna come in, back in, mix it and master it, you know, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And he will handle that. You know? But as far as this certain situation,
Forgetful ass motherfucker, bro.
and that's, man.
Cal, where the Hennessy at, bro? I forgot my ID.
He ain't even drinking.
Kill my vibe, bro. Kill my vibe. Damn, Cal, bitch.
Cal ain't even drinking. You know, Cal ain't no drinker. He ain't even drinking.
Yeah. Cal
That nigga
chilling, bro.
dead
That's my
ass
dog,
sober.
though. Shout out to Cal again, bro. Fuck
Cal,
with me, dog.
man, that's the homie, man. Nine Life, that
That's
whole
the
team
homie,
over
dog.
there, man. That whole team. You know, Dirty Mike's,
All right.
all them boys.
Oh, Dirty Mike. I already know. Shout out to Caputo. You already know. Hopefully he hear this shit too. That's my dog. I ain't been over there in about 10 years, but that's where we recorded our first mixtape, Holding It Down. And it was cheap back then, man. Charged me $500 for the whole tape. Mix and master. fuck with you, bro.
But
Now he now he
well,
here charging fucking
money got us a longer way back then, though.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
That's what I was saying. Like, well, you need to cut the 25% portion out of what we was talking about of this whole video when you
I'm
was
letting
talking
this
about
shit
you was
ride.
robbing such and such. Like, well, you need to cut that shit out because back then that was a lot of money.
Yeah, but
Bitch, when you had that sidekick too that flipped over like Jackie Chan's karate kick, bitch,
I was the
that shit
man.
perfect. Yeah, bitch, that
I was
shit
the
was a
man.
lot of money, boy.
We was on AIM pulling lots of hoes. I love you.
You
I
was
love
the
you, Jimmy.
only one on AIM, bitch.
Babe, I love you.
I ain't
If you
have
get
you
this
on
far, I
AIM.
love you too.
I ain't have you on AIM, bitch. I had the razor.
Oh,
I had the
shit.
razor, bitch.
God damn. That's the phone where you get mad. You close that bitch hard as
Hell
shit.
yeah,
Man,
and you,
I'm done. I'm done talking to you. All you hear is, "I'm out of here, bitch. Fuck
hell
you,
yeah.
bitch."
And you couldn't slam it too hard because you'll crack the screen. So there was a certain amount of a motherfucking hostility you could get at.
Yeah. You crack your screen, then you gotta open up slow. Like, damn, did I break this bitch? I hope it ain't. Okay, we good, bro.
Hell yeah.
I hope that bitch don't call me back.
The outside of it would tell you the time. Like, bitch, you cracked the
What?
screen at 11:58.
Fucked up, nigga.
Before the Nokia. No, that was after the Nokias.
Yeah,
That was after. That was after you could play Snake and shit.
Yeah,
Don't give a fuck, bitch.
light up brick phones.
If I had a motherfucking S10, bitch, where I could play Snake, bitch, I'll keep that phone forever.
Damn. Go on eBay. You find one. It's gonna cost you a lot, but you find one on that bitch.
Nowadays, you could hack the whole system, bitch. You could play all Sega Genesis games on the fucking Note.
I got it on my phone too right now, bitch. I got PlayStation 1 on my shit, all that. You know I'm a gamer here, bro. All right, but before we get out of here, I'm gonna hit you with the rapid fire questions. I'm gonna try to end every podcast with a rapid fire question. Whereas I'm gonna ask you a question, quick session, and you just gotta whatever comes to mind, whatever you pick. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
we're gonna start off like this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's, them fries way fire.
Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Ooh, Tupac or Biggie?
Ooh.
You're supposed to be fast, man.
All right, Pop.
Fuck, okay. I said rapid fire. This man took about 30 minutes. The man said, damn.
You hit me with a dumb.
Boy, sleeping on my ass, man. Red Kool-Aid or grape Kool-Aid?
Grape all day.
Bud Light or Budweiser?
Budweiser.
MJ or LeBron?
LeBron. No, MJ. What the fuck, MJ?
You said it right the first time. I don't know why you changing it up now.
Nah, cause I'm thinking about what's present and the past. That's what you asked me, present and past.
All right. The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
The Rock all day. Nah, fuck that. Stone Cold. I'm sorry, Stone Cold. That nigga smashed 2 beers and whooped everybody. That nigga
the Rock be whooping some ass too now. Don't sleep on my Rock.
No, he does. But Stone Cold whooped everybody.
Yeah, he did. Chevy or Ford?
Chevy.
Rain or sun?
Rain.
Why rain? Makes you think, don't it?
Not that, because after the rain, you're going to see the sun.
Oh, look at you being all biblical and shit. This motherfucker here. That man said, after it rains, you see the sunshine. Like, come on, bro.
Like, so if you don't go through,
it makes sense. It makes sense.
You gonna see the good time.
This man here, bro.
Nigga, this is, mind you, you questioning me about everything.
Yeah, I know. I gotta turn the page in my book on.
I got this nigga turning pages.
I wrote all this down, bro. I was on my podcast shit for real, bro. For real. All right, Flats or drums when it comes to wings? Ooh,
Drums.
drums, my man, my man. If he's gonna say flats, I was just gonna end the podcast. I wasn't even gonna say bye. I was just gonna end the podcast.
Nah, flats all day.
Okay, room temperature water or ice cold water?
Room temperature.
The pool or the beach?
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
beach.
The beach.
Yeah.
Why the beach?
Because you could
You
They
can,
say-
wait. You can listen to the waves and you can think deeply about your past.
nah, fuck that. You could release all the demons in the motherfucking ocean. Whether then you're in the pool, bitch, you close your eyes, bitch, you swimming in circles. It's like
Oh shit!
ask Free Willy that question.
Yeah, wow. Okay, man, took it back to 1994 on my ass
Hey,
real
bitch,
quick.
that's where that's where the era we're from.
Yeah. Toy Story or Monsters Inc. I know because
Toy
you have kids.
Story,
I had to
nigga.
ask.
Toy Story.
Toy
nigga.
Story
Yeah.
all
nigga.
day, all day,
What type of
all day,
question is that?
all
There's
day.
respect
Okay, I got
for
one
my
for you.
food.
We go. Yeah, you damn right. I got like 10. I got like 6 more. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers? Oh
Teenage
boy,
Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got me
my
fucked
man,
up.
my man. Xbox or PS4? Don't say PS4 because you got one.
I gotta say PS4.
You a bitch ass. That's why. You a bitch. You a bitch.
I got
Kanye West or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Really?
Yeah.
Jay-Z? Really?
He's more stamp.
I have to disagree.
He was doing shit with Biggie. Kanye West
Yeah,
was doing
well,
shit with Jay-Z. You gotta
yeah, you're right.
understand
Well,
that
they came out at different times.
That's true, but Jay-Z was like the back burner of Biggie back then. That's like
Yeah.
if you would have asked Jay-Z or Big L, we knew where that would have went to.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. I gotta change the page on her.
This nigga's answering these questions too good.
Yeah, man. There you go. We're trying to go fast, and you still giving me explanations. All right, what we got here? Plain chocolate or dark chocolate? Ooh.
Dark.
Plain
That sounds good
chocolate?
as fuck.
Plain chocolate or chocolate with nuts or almonds? I should say. That was kind of gay. Pause.
Say again, can you repeat that question?
plain chocolate or chocolate with almonds?
Chocolate with almonds. Because you
Damn
got
right.
almond joys, you got
Hershey's with almonds. I'm my shit,
Yeah.
bro. Okay, I got what's this right here?
Is
think that might
Jennifer
be-
listening to this?
Nah, she in the other room. I had to kick her out because she too loud. She be on the game cussing and shit. Like, nah, I ain't gonna be going down. Ain't be going down. Okay, think I
Shout
have-
out, hold on. First and foremost, shout
She
out
getting
to my
getting her
nigga
own.
Spice. Shout out
She
to
getting her
my
own
fellow Spice.
episode. She
Not
getting her
even-
own episode.
Not even, but for her to fucking sit here and endure the motherfucking pain. Like, you just asked
Hey,
Coke. You just asked motherfucking like for her to endure this pain. Like
she
my
in the
old
other
lady over
room. She
here,
can't hear me, bro.
bro, my old lady over here looking at me. She sat next to me through this whole broadcast, and she's looking at me like every
Crazy.
time. Yeah, every time you asked me a question, and if I went to answer it wrong
Yeah.
and didn't explain myself until why I was wrong, like she would've-
Crazy.
man,
Beat
I'll
your
be
ass.
sleeping underneath a tent, nigga, in my own
Damn.
house.
Damn. But I think that's all. I think that's all the quick fire, dog. I'll give you about 20 of them shits real quick. But now is
Hold on,
the time. Hold on. What do you mean? Hold on. This ain't a phone call.
Nah, you know how you got lifelines?
What you gonna call somebody?
Nah, I got somebody here right now.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
My dog, man. Look, I'm for the put. Look, this is a special guest. It's your first motherfucking broadcast, so we gotta end this shit with a bang. You know what I mean? We're on
You
an
still got
hour
to
and
You still got to do
25
your
minutes.
plugs. You still got to do your plugs.
Look, listen here. We have a
Yeah.
small circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to answer that question, that wasn't even a motherfucking question. I'm sorry, but that wasn't even a motherfucking question. I'm sorry. I'm just clowning, dog. You know, we go back way back in the day, so I'm comfortable with you.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
man, shout out to motherfucking Big Ant, motherfucking Nine Life, and all them boys. Shout out to everybody in that camp. Shout out to motherfucking Duze. Shout out to Lil Nino. Shout out to fucking. I could keep throwing shout outs until the end of time. But hold on, I
Damn.
gotta guess appearance.
All right.
Yo,
Yo, who this?
it's Kyle. What's good?
Oh, we were just talking about you, Cal. What's going on, man? Cal, you there? I think you cut the mic off. Cal, you might be on mute, man. Yo, I think we lost you, Cal. There we go. I can hear you now.
Okay, you say you hear me now.
But I thought I lost y'all boys.
Oh no, you good?
Yeah, we were just talking about you, man. What's going on? Hey, are you at the studio?
Yeah, working on some shit right now.
Yeah, we were just talking about y'all telling Angel that once this COVID shit goes down, I gotta get some videos done by you. He was shouting you out.
Oh hell yeah, damn right, man. I gotta write to them joints you sent too.
Yeah. Hey, ain't no rush, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we get the time, cause like I said, it's hard to work out here with this virus shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Hell
once we
yeah.
ever get the time, I can slide and we can just do our thing that we do over there, and you know what I'm saying, get it done. There's no rush. You know what I'm saying? The project already done, so I'll save whatever we make for the next project. So.
Hell yeah, trust.
But since you're on the podcast, go ahead. If you want to introduce yourself, drop some plugs, and then socials, whatever you want to do, man. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, man. I go by Duze. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Mike Tyson MIC dot Tyson underscore. But yeah, man, y'all follow me on there. That's why I'm usually pumping some shit at. I gotta get up on my other social media games, but
Yeah, me too. I'm
yeah,
lazy.
so
But yeah, man, we'll definitely keep in touch. I'm gonna try to get you on here too. I got a whole list of people that want to jump on. I didn't know it was gonna pop off like this. I made a post. I said, hey, I'm gonna try to do some different shit. Try
yeah,
to do a podcast, and everybody was fucking hyping me up and shit. So I was like, fuck it. I set up the whole studio. I got the whole studio connected to the fucking computer. I just told Angel, let's just run it. You just do one
yeah,
episode for now, and just what I'm saying, keep it going. So.
yeah.
But we'll link up and then we'll set something up. We'll get you on here, you know what I'm saying, and we'll handle that and everything like that. But I'm gonna definitely hit you up soon for some videos. I need some videos for the big stage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, bro. I love you, big dog. Be safe, all right?
All right, love, bro.
All right, big dog.
Hey, Ant.
Yeah, what's good, man?
Hey, cuz, you need to ask this nigga like 2 or 3 questions that need to be continued.
what?
You know what
What?
I'm saying? Like to be continued.
What does that mean? I'm kind of lost. To be continued, like,
Like Duze.
give me an example.
Okay. Simplicity.
You ask him. You ask him. It's all being recorded. You ask the questions.
So 1 or 2. You gotta answer 1 or 2. How did you link up with Trace and Big Ant? Hold on.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question, I guess, is how did I link up with Trace and Big Ant? I linked up with Trace through um, Forbes Studios as songwriters, a little camp we was forming over there.
Mhm.
Then I linked up with Big Ant through Trace at Trado Productions over here in Lottie Dottie.
Yeah.
One more question. One more question. You ready? You ready? This is the best question ever. This is the best
This
question
the
ever.
most bootleg podcast, bro. This shit is lit.
Yeah, right. Extra lit. All right, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Ooh, banger. He's done.
Black. Hopefully.
And there you go.
Oh, motherfucking Cal, bro. Hey, we can't take Cal nowhere, bro. We
Yeah,
try to
I
be
know
civil
that's
and be on the podcast, and you over here wilding. Jesus Christ, Cal.
right. Stay
Jesus
tuned
Christ.
to the next one, man. This is your boy Trace. Shout out to BIGANT, you know, and the whole
Where they
movement.
could, where everybody can follow you at, man? Drop your links,
You can
man.
follow it. You can follow me at on Instagram at TraceBCoolin7878. You can follow me
Yeah.
on Instagram, on motherfucking Facebook. Facebook is Trace B Coolin. Like, cause that's what Trace do. He be coolin'.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, the most bootleg podcast, man. Listen, it's been a pleasure. You already know I fucks with you, man. You had to be number one on the damn podcast. We're gonna try to do the most with this. I'm gonna try to get visuals for the next one and get Cal ugly ass on there. And then we're gonna run it from there. So until the next time, Angel, I'll probably fucking see you next week. And then get
Bitch,
some
I'll
shit
see you in
recorded.
like 2 or 3 days. I need a feature coming from you.
I need a future. I need a future. But all right, man, we're gonna sign off and then we're gonna hit y'all with another one pretty soon. Try to
Until
get
next
Cal in.
time, man. Hey, you know what? Big Ant, thank you so much, man, for allowing me to be your first member on your podcast and for everything you've done for me. And as far as not only as a person or as a man, because you know we've been through a lot, but
Yeah.
as far as you know, just being self-supportive and an icon, you know, like I really appreciate you, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you too, man. That's very kind of you, sir. That's very kind of you. We out here trying to do the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Progress
What you
and be
sipping on
positive.
right now? That's what I
I
want
ain't,
to know.
I ain't sipping on shit. I'm sipping on water, dog.
You're
Water.
sipping on water.
Pure water from the sink, bro.
Nigga,
Filtrated.
what type of water is you filtered on? Because your water seems like it's filtered on some motherfucking liquid nitrogen.
What is you saying, bro? I'm about to end the podcast. This shit is getting out of hand, bro. Hour and a half with your ass, bro. We finished. We finished. Episode 1 is done.
It's done.
It's done, big dog. You
Let me
ready?
kick
I'm
a
about to
freestyle.
stop this bitch. Go, kick a freestyle. Come on now, dog. You gonna do it?
Yeah. We at 133. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna spit like 4 of the most hardest bars you ever heard in your life.
All right, take us out the show, bro. Take us out the show. End the
All
show
right,
with
you
a
ready?
freestyle. Yeah.
All right, look, we ain't doing this shit for fun, but between Trace and Anthony Molinari, this shit is done.
We out.